Hello everyone, it's Susie Acker, Crypto Granny from Esoteric Trading Solutions. Hope you're all well, looking after yourself, being kind to yourself, being kind to your family and your friends, and being kind to your beautiful animals, your beautiful pussycats, your beautiful dogs, and just being kind to people in this world just to make it a better place. Now, today I'm going to talk about Ripple XRP. As far as I'm concerned, they will be the #1 cryptocurrency coin for payment systems and for platforms and all sorts of things. There's a lot out about XRP at the moment, and at the moment it's 25 cents, and I do believe it's going a lot higher than this. It is the bargain of a century, okay, and it is going a lot higher. Most people have sold XRP because they just got totally frustrated with this last altcoin rally, and obviously Bitcoin's gone, through 11,000. I'm very bullish, obviously, Bitcoin and a lot of cryptocurrencies, but I'm even more bullish XRP, okay, because people have sold out of it. Yes, they're frustrated, and I understand that. A lot of people have lost money on it, but honestly, it will be the #1 cryptocurrency. And there's a lot of reasons why. I will tell you this again and again. And there's a lot of PDFs that are out that are out today, the 31st of July, and let's go through that. So grab a cup of coffee and listen to Crypto Granny. She knows better, and you've got to listen to what your granny says, that's for sure. So Ripple came out with this document, The Last Mile, in July, called The Last Mile Playbook for Global Payments, okay? And I thought it was pretty interesting, and they talk about blockchain and how it's going to revolutionize basically, standard border payments and cross-border payments and everything else. And it is a really interesting document. They talk about basically, why it takes so long with the traditional settlement systems, which it does. I've worked in traditional settlement systems, and don't listen to anyone that hasn't worked in front office or back office settlements with SWIFT. It does. Even a normal, a standard, currency that has a lot of volume and liquidity and nothing untoward about it, like the US dollar, it takes at least 2 days to settle, okay, generally as a rule. Now, the olden days, as I said, it was 3 days. If it was something not liquid or a currency that's not well known, then it could take up to 20 days through SWIFT, and it's going to cost you a lot of money as well. And Ripple, talk about that in this document, which I'll put on my YouTube for you guys to have a look at. And the fact is, it's a fact. It's absolute fact. We're not lying about this. This is exactly what happens. So, sometimes settlements can take 9 days or more, and that's an absolute fact, okay? But what I want to do, take you to, obviously they're talking about India. Now, India has 1.3 billion people in India. There's a lot of people in India, and they have a lot of remittance payments because Indians work overseas and they send a lot of their money home to their mum and dad, okay? And the remittance market, the last time I saw, was about 80 billion or so. It's a massive, massive market. And also Ripple, within this document, says there is a settlements and international payments problem of 127 trillion. Excuse me, I've been a bit sick lately. I've had a bit of a cold. Now, I'm not even just saying that. The settlement problem is 127 trillion, but there's more of a settlement problem because settlement doesn't happen within seconds, okay? And if you look at the bond market's about 243 trillion. If you look at the equity market, it's about 80 trillion. If you look at the property market, it's about another 250 trillion. If you look at the derivatives market, it's about anything from 600 trillion to 1.2 quadrillion, okay? We're talking massive numbers here, massive numbers. And Ripple only has 100 billion on issue, and it's actually less than that, 99 billion with burning and everything else, okay? So rightly so, Ripple is in India because India could go at any time to say, yes, we're going to go into cryptocurrencies. And we're seeing some of the largest exchanges put themselves in India because it's going to be a massive, massive market. A lot of Indians, like a lot of Chinese and a lot of Africans, all have the mobile phone, and they can do things through their mobile phone. It may not necessarily be banks or anything like that, but they can do everything through their mobile phone, okay? So Ripple has said this is where we are, and rightly so, because Ripple are seriously smart and clever. They're more smart and clever than any other cryptocurrency out there. They are professionals on a huge scale, okay? And we know that Ripple is in India. Okay, they have an office in Mumbai. According to this, it's a scale out of 5, and up to 4.5, up to 5, massive opportunities. Okay, even in Australia, on the left-hand side of this scale, high payments opportunities. Okay, India, high payments opportunities. Brazil's 3, high payment opportunities. The US, it never ceases to amaze me. The US is supposed to be technically, developed, but they don't have real-time gross settlement payments or real-time settlements within 3 seconds, okay? And there's many, many banks in the US, and they're all on different settlement systems, which never ceases to amaze me either. And also, China is now the blockchain powerhouse, and the US, unfortunately, is lagging right behind. And Ripple are there in Washington, okay, and we know that. Yes, the UK and Europe uses SEPA, which is their own settlement system, but it's not yet, real-time gross settlement for everyone. Real settlement for me, you, for anyone that's any money, to your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your wife or your husband or whatever it might be, or your children. And the UK's got the same story. So Ripple is in all these countries all over the world. They're in China as well, even though that's not on this map. And China's going to be a big market as well. They're everywhere, okay? And where they're placed is very, very strategic indeed, okay? Now they go through this, and I'll just go very quickly through this. Argentina, has a total remittance flow of 4.58 billion. Very large, big banks, a very large unbanked population of 52%, and a very large population of people as well, okay? Very large, right? Now, if you look at Australia, again, we've got a remittance of 18.8 billion, and our banks are really clever because we do have Ripple's technology, and even Swift is using Ripple's technologies of drivers, okay? So anyone that says that Ripple and XRP is scams, that they just don't even know what they're talking about. They just don't know what they're talking about. And that's a fact. And I think Ripple should actually sue them. That's my personal opinion. Our population is highly skilled, and all of us are a bank, but we do want things to settle instantly. I'm sick of going through PayPal and, it doesn't hit my bank account for 5 days and they rip me off blind. For $50, I'll take out, $8 or $9 or $10. Just a joke, man. It's just a joke. So if we go to Brazil, which is a huge country, right? SME flows, and this is, small to medium enterprises, 137 bill. That's a big country, okay? Unbanked population, 22 billion, 22%, 4.5 billion in remittance, okay? We're talking some very large numbers here. Even if we go to Colombia, Colombia itself, big numbers, okay? Unbanked population, 50%, right? Even Europe, total remittance, 234 billion. SME flows, 1.7 trillion, okay? That's a lot of money, okay? And everyone goes, Ripple, XRP's got 100 bill. It is nothing in the scheme of things. Ripple is trying to fix trillions and trillions of dollar problems, right? Even if we just look at the global bond market, it's over 200 trillion, right? If we look at the equity market globally, it's over 80 trillion. If we look at the property market everywhere, the whole world, it's over 200 trillion. If we look at the derivatives market, estimates have been anything from 600 to 800 trillion to 1.4 quadrillion. Now, I believe it's 1.4 quadrillion, okay? Sorry, I'm talking fast today because I've got a lot to get through. And I know people get bored if you don't start carrying on and going, yo, and all this sort of stuff. And I'm not American, so, but, there is a lot to say. And, I just want to get through it because otherwise my videos go too long and people complain about it and blah, blah, blah. And honestly, you can say one little thing and people complain, just be nice, guys. Gee whiz. I put this stuff together and, just be nice about it. Click that, hello button, ask me questions, click the subscribe and the bell and all this sort of business so that I can get my membership up. I've been doing this for a long time and I've only got 15,000. So, press those buttons and everything. One thing you're going to know is I'm always entertainment and I'm quite controversial. And if someone says the wrong thing, I'm going to pull them up because, I want everyone to be properly, I want people to properly know, what's going on, if it's true or not, because I seriously know my stuff. Now let's go to India, right? Now, India, and I've never been to India, but my God, it must be a huge country. Yeah, so total remittance, 74 billion. SME flows 287 bill, unbanked population 14%. It's expanding all the time. Even Mexico, where Ripple is, right? 33 billion, they don't know about those flows, SME flows, small, medium enterprises. But the unbanked population is 60% in Mexico. Man, that is just incredible, and I didn't know that. So we go to Nigeria, and Nigeria, unbanked population 60%, 23 billion. And if we go to Peru, same sort of story, huge unbanked populations and large amounts of money that needs to be settled instantly, right? And even if we go to the Philippines, you know, the numbers are mind-boggling, right? Now, the thing is, right, and they're in Thailand and everywhere else, we know that. You know, the thing is, right, there's a massive, massive demand, right, for instant settlement. And Ripple are the ones that can do that, okay? And I wanted to show that, which I think is quite an amazing, and I'll put that document next to whatever. But another thing that just came out, which is really important, so I'll talk about the Indian government. They've got a crypto bill which is waiting for approval. Now, the Indians have been back and forth and whatever, and excuse me, you know, they've been waiting for this to say something about it. But it's interesting, some of the large exchanges are going to India. So I think something's going to happen there, and if they do, Ripple is there, okay? Ripple's there to take advantage of that. And it's a huge, huge country, right? And it doesn't surprise me, you know, XRP is starting to go up. Now, apparently there was a number of 30 large whales which are starting to buy Ripple, XRP I should say, and they're starting to buy it very, very quickly, okay? Now, a story came out today, which I want to show you, which was written by this dear chap, Alex Dobinya. Thank you very much, Alex. He talks about the G30 group, which they are elite bankers, but they're more than that. And they're basically praising XRP in their latest report, which just came out today, that XRP is the best cryptocurrency to offer the services of a number one sovereign wealth currency in the whole world, okay? It does not, you know, if you look at, say, for example, you know, digital coins issued by the central banks, right? It doesn't solve them writing more and more paper, printing more and more money like the US does, like the US has done the last couple of weeks, okay? Just literally in the last month, the US has come out with a $2.1 trillion, you know, printing of money, and another $1 trillion. Now, the US has printed more money in the last, you know, 2 weeks than they did in the last 2 centuries, okay? And you ask yourself, why is the US going down against the yen? And I've said this to you, and I'm on record for saying this, the US will break the yen below 100. It's going to 95 at least, okay? And I said that when the US yen was 111. Currently, it's 104.75, okay? So if you're holding US dollars and you want to go overseas, all of a sudden, you know, the Australian dollar to the US is now 72 cents. All of a sudden to the euro, it's 118. So if you're a US dollar, if you're a US person holding US dollars, your money is not, your US dollars is not going to be able to buy as much, because the printing of the currency, like what the Fed is doing and the government, basically is like akin to selling the US dollar, and it makes the US dollar worthless, okay? It becomes less and less, just like we saw, you know, in Nazi Germany, pre-Nazi Germany. The economy went down, 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 and the Deutschmark became worthless and people started burning it up, right? Now, I'm not saying the US dollar will get to that stage, but even Goldman Sachs came out and said the US is in a very precarious position with its US dollar, because it may lose its position as the number one US fiat currency, the number one fiat currency in the world. If the US keeps declining like it is, no one's going to want to hold US dollars, okay? I'd rather hold Aussie dollars. Why would I want to be in US dollars if, you know, I bought it at 110 and all of a sudden it's 104? You know, why would I want to do that? I'd rather buy the Aussie, you know, and be safe in the Aussie, which is going up, not down. So if I go to the US and I buy things in the US, I'm going to be able to spend more, you know, of my Aussie dollars in the US. So you've got to understand this. As the US keeps, you know, printing more and more money, and printing more and more money, it has a dramatic effect on your currency, and the currency keeps going down, okay? So even with central bank digital currency, it doesn't stop the problem of that, right? The US government could have a central bank digital currency against US dollars, and if they keep printing, if they keep issuing more of those, the US dollar is going to keep sinking, right? And if it's against the US dollar, it's going to lose its value. It's not stable, right? And this is what this report also acknowledges, that it's not stable. And it's also, you know, managed by a government that might have vested interest in political or economic, you know, reasons or whatever, okay? And that's something you've got to really, you know, think about. So what they do say in this report is, the Ripple's, basically their technology and the way they function is the best, it's the best of breed in terms of, payments of foreign currency, foreign currency derivatives or whatever it might be, right? In terms of real-time gross domestic settlement for everyone, not just the banks. Ripple is a coin for everyone. Anyone that says they're not, everyone has a settlement problem. Everyone, okay? And even, MAS, which is the Monetary Authority of Singapore, also recognised it, right? And if you remember rightly, the Monetary Authority of Singapore gave Ripple a license to operate in Singapore as well as Binance, but no one else, okay? So Ripple have so many great things going on, but the market just forgets about it, right? One little thing happens with Stellar or Cardano goes to its Shelley, mainnet, big deal. It's only taken them forever, and the cryptocurrency goes from 5 cents to 14 cents, man. Ripple has had so many fantastic stories, and yet the cryptocurrency goes nowhere. But I'm telling you, I'm on record to say Ripple has broken its downward channel, and it is going to go leaps and bounds from here. Leaps and bounds. And anyone not in it is going to feel the pain of XRP going up, okay? For sure. So the report is a very long report written by the G3, right? This report here, and it's a very good report, and I'll put that on. It's 48 pages if you want to read it. I'm going to read it for sure. And you might ask, who are the group of 30? And the group of 30 are pretty important, okay? It's generally abbreviated as 30. It is an international body of leaders, financiers, and academics which aim to deepen the understanding of economic and financial issues and to examine consequences of decisions made in the public and private sectors relative to these issues. Foreign exchange, international capital markets, international financial institutions, central banks, macroeconomic issues and labour, okay? It also looks at global clearing and settlements. These are very, very smart people that are a part of this, okay? This group, right? And they've been in financial markets. They're not just some person that says, Ripple's a scam, fair income. Honestly, these people that say that, the more stuff that comes out about Ripple and XRP, the more they've got eggs on their faces. Seriously, the more they lose their credibility. That's a fact, okay? And that's the thing. Even with this Bitcoin rally, right? Bitcoin fees, just like Ethereum fees, have gone up from $1 to about $4, right? So I use Bitcoin and I want to buy a cup of coffee. $4 fee is going to cost me more to get a cup of coffee because Bitcoin's going to cost me $4. Plus, by the time I get to pay that, my coffee is going to be cold or, it's going to be off because it takes so long for Bitcoin to settle, right? And that's the thing, right? It doesn't settle within 3 seconds like XRP. So have a look at this report. It's a fabulous report. And it basically talks about Ripple and XRP. And you can't get around it, right? These people know their stuff. I'm not making lies here, right? These people are very, very clever and they're looked up to by everyone, okay? In terms of, the Bank of England, in terms of the Reserve Bank of Australia, in terms of, all sorts of people, the Fed, you name it, right? Governments, politicians, whatever it might be, okay? Another thing too, we've got that one, and there's the background on it, which is great. So we spoke about the Indian story, and Goldman Sachs did come out and say, look, the thing is, with the US dollar going down, US dollar could lose its stand on being the top, the top fiat currency in the world, okay? And that's a big story in itself, okay? And what else do we have here? Plus, there's some stories on MoneyGram, and we know that people are looking at MoneyGram too. But there is just so much going on when we talk about Ripple and XRP. Not only that, Coinbase are considering, putting on more exchanges everywhere globally. Again, we've got the whole world looking at, cryptocurrency. There's not a day that goes by that the whole world is looking at cryptocurrency and starting to use the technology. And this is just time now. It's a matter of time, okay? And there's still this ridiculous story about the legal allegations against XRP, but the fact is XRP is utility, okay? And it's just not going to stand up in court that it's a security. It is a utility within the technology of the system, okay? And that's a fact. So, there's so many things going on. And notwithstanding that, the one of Ripple's clients was given permission to do something in terms of the Dutch Central Bank to basically, set up cryptocurrency and buy and sell XRP. So it's only the beginning, guys and girls. What's going on with XRP and Ripple is huge, okay? And this is just the beginning, and it looks very good to me. It will be, as far as I'm concerned, the #1 cryptocurrency. It's just the start of it. I would not, this thing could rally anywhere and very, very quickly, okay, because there is just so much going on. The bull market has started, and Ripple, XRP particularly, has fallen way behind, and on a relative value basis is very, very cheap compared to other cryptocurrencies, okay? And that's a fact. And, then we had this 30 new whales, okay? And honestly, when you look at the ledger of XRP, the big players are actually buying XRP, okay? They're in. And more you're hearing that. And it's not just that. Fidelity came up with a report the other day, was talking about the power of Bitcoin, but they've also come out and spoken about Ripple and XRP in the past, okay? And we know Ripple and XRP are known by everyone, okay? Now, we go to this report here. There was a number of new accounts, 30 new whales appearing, and the investors were holding something like 240,000 to 2.4 million in XRP, okay? So, this is happening, and it's going to happen fast, guys and girls. So, in my mind, I am ultra bullish XRP. Okay. Oh yes, so something I've got too, guys and girls. The Bank of England picked Ripple's partner Accenture to create payments network. Now, Ripple, works with Accenture, and effectively Accenture are their client, okay? So not only are they working with Accenture are their client, and they're talking about, RTGS, Real-Time Gross Settlements Renewal Program, and them as a technology partner, okay? And that's another huge story in itself, okay? Because, again, Ripple are very well known by all the banks. So I forgot about that story, but there's so many different stories out there. Just make me ultra bullish Ripple and XRP. Okay? Ultra bullish. Anyway, that's enough of me. My throat's starting to hurt. Please look after yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your family and friends. Look after all your friends and beautiful animals, and just be nice to people in the world. And, your granny knows, crypto granny knows, guys and girls. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll be back soon. Thank you.